evening. And we have Miss Tanisha Wyndham, who has a program called My Sister's Keeper. And she's
Yes.
going to be talking to us about some of the wonderful things that she's doing with our youth. Our youth are our generations, and we have generations to come. And Miss Wyndham is taking youth, and particularly girls, and there's also a My Brother's Keeper. She'll share that too, where they are just doing wonderful things in the community. But with this being Community Updates and Enlightened Hearts, we always like to share some pieces of pertinent information to our communities. So right now, the Section 8 housing is open in Oak Park, Michigan. But check the community where you live and see if Section 8 housing is open. Check with your national housing organization and see when the Section 8 housing opens up in different areas. So each city has a responsibility to offer Section 8 housing. Even your affluent areas offer Section 8 housing, they just don't tell you about it.
That's right.
So it's available. You check it out with each city that you might be interested in moving into. And Section 8 housing, you can care once you get on there on the list, then you can use it in any city. So actually, I believe you can even use it in other states, but check that out. But
Yeah.
definitely you can use it in different cities. So Oak Parks is open, and from what I read, and I posted this on my Facebook page, Michelle Turner White. From what I read, Oak Park has now been open in 2 years. So they're asking people to get on the list, come on, sign up. So go and sign up for Section 8 housing. Also, we've got a free movie night. One of our sponsors is ABB Wealth Strategies, and we're going to be two seniors for March the 16th, a Saturday afternoon, March the 16th at 3 o'clock. We want you to sign up. This is a free movie called Baby Boomers that we're inviting the seniors to come and view it for free, get free popcorn,
How old is a
and
senior?
seniors,
Start at what age?
we're going to say 55 and up.
Thank you.
Okay. Matter of fact, I'm going to say 50 and up.
All right.
And
all
we're
right.
just offering
AARP say 50.
That's right. We're going to do like AARP. So 50 and up, March the 16th. You can give me a call at what's my number? 248-238-4863. And the number for ABB Wealth Strategies is going to be scrolling across the bottom of our screen. So you can also dial that number and see a movie. Bring a senior. If you're bringing a senior, you can get in free too. This is compliments of ABB Wealth Strategies, and that's March the 16th at 3 o'clock p.m. Be sure it is playing at the Imagine Theater in Farmington on Grand River. So the Imagine Theater in Farmington on Grand River, you can give me a call, 248-238-4863 to register. Go and register today. March 16th is next Saturday, 3 o'clock p.m. Free movie for our seniors and any guests who bring them. Then also on Saturday, June the 15th, we're going to have the Lions Club International will be hosting another furniture giveaway where people that have recycled furniture, if you've got your couches, chairs, vacuum cleaners, plates, whatever you have that you want to get rid of, don't throw it out, give it to someone. So we'll be start pulling your items together that you want to give away, that you can give away to people, and we take clothing as well. So start putting that together. And again, that's mattresses, couches, beds, dining room tables, chairs, anything that's in your house. You're going to buy a new dining room set, don't put it out, messing up the landfills and the waterways. Let's give it away. So the Lions Club International, we're collecting the furniture, and then we give it away directly to people. They don't have to pay for the furniture. Now, we do ask for a donation for those who are giving the furniture, just for us picking it up, the gas and the movers cost. But so if you have any questions about that, feel free to dial 248-238-4863. And this big giveaway is going to be Saturday, January the 15th in Highland Park at the Maiden House Ministries on Woodward and Puritan. And we'll be telling you more about that each week, where people can just come and pick up furniture. Bring their truck, get a truck, pick up some furniture. Call somebody you know that's got a truck. And then there will be a few moving companies there who will assist you for a small fee. And that's again June the 15th. Come on out, get some furniture. Dr. Regina, did you have something that you wanted to share?
I do. Well, this month, as you know, is Women's History Month.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to encourage us to celebrate women. Oftentimes, you hear things that we have problems with one another. We don't know how to uplift one another. Well, I want to encourage us today to put that behind us if we are having problems. I think it's easy, particularly now that we have all this access and our young women. Um, to social media that we think people's lives are perfect. And let me just say to you, everybody got something going on in their lives. And as my pastor used to say, if they're not going through something, they soon will be going through. Or they may be coming out of something. So that's just the truth that we all experience some type of trial or tribulation. So I want to encourage us to be an encouragement to each other every day, actually. But take this opportunity to learn about our history, to learn about other women's history, to vote. Vote to make sure that you're getting out and that you're making a difference in your community. And I'm so grateful to have Tanisha here to talk about how she's impacting the community and how we can be a shoulder that she can lean on. So please call in today at 313-355-6018. Ask questions, talk to us, and let us know what's going on. Also, I want to invite you to, I'm going to be a main speaker at the Secret Society of Twisted Storytellers on March the 15th. And it starts at 7:30 p.m. Well, the doors open at 7:30. I believe it starts at 8 o'clock. And it's going to be at the Mary Grove Theater. You can go on my Facebook page, Regina C. Hall, and see, this is posted there. I'm going to repost it. I'm going to be sharing my story because, as you guys know, I wrote a book. My book is Mommy, I Need You. It's based on the sexual abuse I suffered at the hands of a next door neighbor. Really sharing my story about about my trials and tribulations, but most of what God brought me through, the healing that God allowed me to experience. And so I want to encourage you, particularly women and those who have experienced trauma, come out and be a part of this. You won't regret it because it is about healing and hope. So thank you.
Dr. Regina, you're an excellent speaker, and I'm looking forward to try and come myself and support you for that.
Thank you.
I was asked to be a twisted storyteller,
Yeah.
so I guess that'll be coming up sometime soon.
That's great.
Yeah, so that's great. So, Miss Tanisha Wyndham, let's tell a little bit about you. And let's see, Miss Tanisha Wyndham is no stranger to life's challenges. She formed My Sister's Keeper, which is a youth mentoring organization based in Highland Park, Michigan. In response to her own tumultuous adolescence, she turned her pain to purpose by reaching the growing number of hurting, underprivileged, undervalued, and underserved young ladies who could benefit from her love and experience, guidance, and resources. The human servant, advocate, philanthropist, and pioneer has led My Sister's Keeper in positively impacting the lives of over 2,500 youth ages 7 to 24. Wyndham has demonstrated expansive and exponential organizational leadership, program development, strategic planning, fund development, project management, and client based youth servicing. Affectionately referred to as Miss Tanisha, she has worked tirelessly without a salary and often used her own finances to safeguard the trajectory of today's youth and to change their narratives.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah, it's very powerful because our children need change and they need someone like you who is doing that. And so her research, she's done a lot of research and for keeping kids and on leading them on the right path. And so tell us some more things about what you're doing right now with My Sister's Keeper.
Well, I like to start by saying, am I my sister's keeper?
Yes,
I
you are.
am. Am I my sister's keeper? Yes, I
Yes,
am.
we are.
And who am I keeping? I'm keeping myself, I'm keeping my sisters, and I'm keeping my community. And this is the mantra, the response that not only I indoctrinate, but that we hope to develop in our youth. So I am the founding president and CEO of My Sister's Keeper, which is a youth mentoring organization based in Highland Park, Michigan. And we serve young ladies ages 7 through 24. We've been in existence since 2013, and we're located right at the Park Place. It's at 15885 Woodward Avenue in Highland Park. We're right across the street from where the old Highland Park High School used to be situated on Woodward. So what we do, we provide mentoring, all kinds of a great mix of mentoring. So one-on-one mentoring, where a mentor is paired with their own mentee, and they spend a minimum of 4 hours per month independently with their own mentee. We also have group mentoring, where we meet at our offices once a month. That's every second Saturday from 12 to 3. We have our mentee mentor meetups every second
And
Saturday.
you're looking for some more mentors right now,
Yes, we're
correct?
looking for mentors and volunteers to work with a couple of new groups in Highland Park at the Highland Park Recreational Center, as well as the Boys and Girls Club in Highland Park. We'll be providing some after-school programming at both of those sites.
So what type of after-school programming do you provide? What types of programs?
Absolutely. Primarily, we do mentoring, group mentoring, and life skills training. So life skills training is a huge segment of our programming. We share on topics like self-esteem building, anger management, conflict resolution, communication skills. We've also developed a life skills training curriculum called I Am a Keeper, which is unisex, and keep her for the young ladies based on 7 P's. And those 7 P's are positivity, poise and posture or power, purpose, preparation, position, principles, like treat others the way you want to be treated, and prose, which involves proper or public speaking and writing, which we're doing today.
So
Yeah,
important.
And
Great.
so we find that those 7 pillars are fundamental keys to success. And they're things that even myself, I continue to work on those 7 P's, and they're just so cross-contextual. They apply to just about everyone and any particular set of circumstances. They could be utilized.
So tell me, what are some of the challenges that you have run into?
Yes, well, some of the challenges that we've run into are particularly mental health issues. We know that the CDC reported that some like 4 out of 5 teen girls reported experiencing feelings of depression, low mood. Also, I believe 1 in 3 youth have reported suicidal ideation, so thoughts of suicide. And this has been an increase, actually.
Since the pandemic.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's higher than it's been in the last 10 years.
That's right, yeah.
And so this is the challenge that we face. Not only that, but just all of the implications of poverty. Low
Yeah.
socioeconomic status, there's just a domino effect surrounding that, including the low parental involvement. We know
Yeah.
that parents are the greatest influence in a person's life, period. Research has supported that. And it's difficult to provide these services if we can't get the cooperation from the
That
parents.
is really true. I used to be with a program called Second something. It was years ago. I can't even remember it now, but it was through the Detroit Public Schools. It was a federally funded program, and we used to go in and offer those life skills you talked about. And what we found that they would have these district meetings for parents to come, and they would have all this food and everything. And for a time, the parents did come, and then after a while, the food didn't even bring them out. They just stopped coming, and that always surprised me because parents really need to be involved. I had a program and really short, and I want you to just tell me how this worked for you. Like it just seems like our kids are very wise about social media, but when it comes to basic hygienic care, that's another story. And so I'm thinking that, oh, tampons are fine. You know, we can take these into school, and the kids, no, a lot of the kids did not know what a tampon was. And that was very, I'm like, oh, I thought we would be advanced, you know, beyond me in this. But we had that when we were growing up. But we had sports. They don't have sports. They don't have swimming. They don't necessarily have track. This was in a middle school. They don't have those things that we had. And so what are some of the things that you guys work on in terms of helping to educate them just on the basics?
Well, personal hygiene is one of the topics that we cover.
Sure.
And I think what makes my Sisters Keeper stand apart is that we have over 450 adult female mentors
Okay.
in our database. And we involve those mentors in our life skills training.
That's a good number
For-
of mentors to
yeah.
have. 450. That's excellent.
For example, I'll shout out one of our mentors, Miss Lakeisha LeGrand. She has Natural Living by Design, which is natural hygiene products. And so she came in on that personal hygiene class and shared with the young ladies about personal hygiene, how
And
they
the
can
importance
make their
every day. You
and how
got
they
to wash
can
them
make
possible
their own
places.
personal hygiene products.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the issues that I was talking about related to low socioeconomic status. We find that sometimes our students don't have these
That's
things
right.
at home.
That's right.
And so we've provided toothpaste and toothbrushes and deodorant and even sanitary napkins. We've supplied them for them
That's
to keep
right.
in their lockers. We've given them
Yes.
hygiene kits. And
That's
so
awesome.
that's just one of our topics that we
Yeah,
cover,
that's
including
awesome.
financial
And that's
literacy.
what your organization does too. My Sisters Journey In Together. They give us. She's Dr. Regina has an organization that I'm on the board with, Sisters Journey In Together, and they go out into the schools and provide hygiene kits when they go and do a lot of things. So you all need to collaborate with some of your youth.
Yes. But you've been around a lot longer than me, so I just admire the fact that you have all this going on. And when I grow up, I want to be just like you.
And I've had an opportunity to meet some of the products, you know, the result of some of the young women. And I tell you, I was at an event that she held at a senior citizens building last month. Awesome listening to these young women, all of them on fire. Now for God, professional, dressed well, spoke well.
That's awesome.
She had them since teenagers, and now they're young women, and just doing phenomenal things. That was so wonderful to see the impact that you have made. These women are being empowered. Young women, the teenagers, how you got them involved. You have a good group of teenagers that come out and assist with the book reading program. Tell us about that.
Yes, well, we recently had a book drive, so service learning, in addition to
That's great.
life skills training, service learning is a huge component, program component. So at least 3 times a year, we involve our youth in a service learning project. So they
Okay.
plan, organize, and implement their service learning project, which is targeted at solving a community problem. So for
Awesome.
Martin Luther King Day, the young ladies decided that they wanted to target literacy. And so
That's
to
awesome.
target literacy, they organized a book drive, and we collected, I would say, a couple of thousand books, and we built a library, at the villa at the Park Nursing Home where you were, and we have one more to build at a women's shelter
That's awesome.
in Highland Park.
So are you putting it outside the?
No, it's inside.
Oh, good.
It's inside for
good.
the residents. And the residents, we went back the following month, and they were really enjoying it. One of the residents said she was the librarian, and yeah. So
Well, you know what? I handed you this flyer because one of the things that we do when you talk about service learning, the Lions Club International, we do service projects every week. And your students, high school students, college students, grad students, doctoral students they have a responsibility as a part of their program, and or if they want to get grant money for high school students going to college, you need to do some service work and have it on your resume. Lions Club International, always looking for volunteers.
yeah.
We're going to talk about that further, but for those who are listening now, if you've got some if you're a grad student, high school student, you need to get involved and do some, that helps you get grants. When people see that on your resume that you've worked with this organization or does some service learning projects, or certainly when you're in doctoral programs, you have a response. That's part, I used to interview the medical students. There were potential students going into Wayne State's medical program, and one of the key things they look for is not just how smart you are, what are you doing in the community? What are you wanting to? What are you currently doing, and what are you desiring to do in the community? So that's very important, service learning.
So I just want to do a quick station ID. You're watching Community Updates and Enlighten Hearts live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Please like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world.
Thank you. We got to do about 2 more though. I forget sometimes. Thank you, Dr. Regina. So also, speaking, like right now I'm looking to hire somebody. Everybody's saying they're looking for a job. I've posted it all over the place. I'm looking for an administrative assistant. Needs to be someone young, probably going to pay about $19, $20 an hour. All I want them to do is be able to speak properly, dress properly, know a little bit about the computer, and be able to say, good morning, how are you? And it's not me that's doing the hiring, it's a large company that's doing the hiring. And I have only gotten 3 people that have inquired.
Well, that's another challenge that we've had. We could serve thousands and thousands more youth if we could get more life skills teachers to go into the schools and fulfill the school contracts that are available, into the facilities like the Boys and Girls Club and the rec centers.
So you're looking for more mentors to come out and teach the youth, because you've got a good group of youth.
At this time, on a volunteer basis, but we have tried, we did try hiring a life skills teacher,
Coaches,
and it wasn't a good experience, unfortunately. The person just lacked integrity, and they were scheduled. There was a schedule. We were actually serving 2nd through 8th grade, and a schedule of classes. And I came in during a time when she was supposed to have a class, and she was just coming back from lunch 15 minutes late. And I said, oh, well, you're late. And she said, oh, well, I thought you were gone.
Right, exactly.
So
At least she was honest.
right. I thought you were gone, so while the cat's away, the mice will play.
Well, from what I understand, and not all, okay, so I understand that there is a segment of millennials and Gen Z that really think that way, that they will call and say, I was out drinking and I can't come into work today.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll just let you know.
Just
They're
you know.
They're
I'm going to be open. I'm going to tell you my truth.
Yeah, they tell you the truth. Whereas we were kind of scary about stuff like that. No, they are not. No, I had a headache, or I just started my period, or I just got these things going on. The child didn't stay asleep last night, and little things like that. I have heard that. I'm like,
Wow.
Guts, courage. They're
Well,
not
I'm looking to hire
bounded.
somebody, but I want somebody that's going to come
Has
to
some
work.
integrity.
Hey, have some
Yeah.
integrity.
So you
So
have to
keep
be
that in
careful.
mind. Call in if you're looking for somebody. You know you got a granddaughter, young person, probably somebody young because it's not,
Or retired.
or
19, 20,
retired.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that can answer the phones well. Call me 248-238-4863. I need somebody ASAP for a very large company. ASAP.
Well, so Tanisha, tell us, your story because you call it My Sister's Keeper. And how did you even come up with the name?
Sure. Well, as mentioned before, my brother, former Mayor DeAndre Wyndham, started My Brother's Keeper.
Okay.
So My Brother's Keeper predates My Sister's Keeper, and he started working with the young men before he even got involved in politics. And I know a lot of people are familiar with President Barack Obama's initiative,
Mhm.
My Brother's Keeper. But my brother
The first.
started a My Brother's Keeper youth mentoring program with the young men in Highland Park prior to President Obama's initiative, and they would take the young men to ball games. They also had a initiative called Come Back Home, I think for Christmas, or Come Home to Highland Park or something like that, where they adopted families for Christmas. And they also had something called Pancakes and Power Breakfast, where they had very prominent men, like I remember the senator. Who was the senator? The older gentleman?
Oh, I know you're talking. That passed away.
Conyers.
Conyers.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Senator Conyers.
Congressional.
Oh, congressional.
Yeah. Yeah.
Conyers, different ones that were notable would come and share at those pancake and power breakfasts.
Okay.
They also had basketball.
So now are they
And life
starting that
skills.
back up?
So we're actually starting that back up. The Coach Sam Wells, passed away last year. So we're picking it back up, and My Sister's Keeper and My Brother's Keeper will be running simultaneously at the Highland Park Recreational Center. Shout out to the director there, Sue, who has welcomed us, and at the Boys and Girls Club, where Ms. Carrie Young is the director over there. And so we will have after-school programming where they will be getting taught life skills in addition to participating in interactive activities. So we usually split our sessions up. So they have part life skills, and then they have interactive activities. It could be anything from painting to sports, basketball, we dance, cheer.
Do you all do resume writing
Of course.
maybe go through mock interview training or teaching them the importance of articulation, just being able to speak?
Yes.
Yeah.
Employability
And that's
skills.
not a white thing. That's just learning how to speak
Yes,
the King's English.
absolutely. Like I said, our 7th P is prose, so proper or public speaking and writing. I recall last year we had Dr. Angela Harton Mack come in and share with our young ladies on prose. And she's from Highland Park, born and raised and
Now, are you from
educated. I am
Highland
as
Park? Okay.
well, yes.
Okay.
Born in Highland Park General Hospital.
All right, all
I couldn't
right.
be more Highland Park.
Right, that's right.
And my parents actually attended Highland Park High School.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
wonderful.
So I am very passionate about giving back to the youth, particularly from Highland Park.
And so those listening from other areas, Highland Park is a very historical area it's kind of a city within the city of Detroit.
Yes.
And so Highland Park has been around, I don't know, it's a long time, but it's a city within the city.
Yeah, well, it's split by the zip code 48203, right?
48203.
Yes, it's split by the zip code. I always laugh because when people lived in Detroit, when I was working in the community, and they lived in Detroit, I was like, "What? Are you Highland Park or are you Detroit? Which one are you?" I'm Detroit. I'm Highland Park.
Yes, so I actually started my Sister's Keeper because I was a troubled teen. So I was a troubled teen. I experienced low self-esteem. I experienced teen depression, which a lot of our young ladies experience. I even stopped attending school in 11th grade, and a lot of people don't know that. I was a very gifted student, always head of my class, and I had even classmates that would say, well, Tanisha, you didn't come to school and you came in and got an A on the test. I said, well, but due to, that depression and those tough times, family conflict, and childhood trauma as well,
Yes.
a lot of us have endured, I could very closely connect with young ladies, and I wanted to share how just coming into the knowledge of who I am in God, having a relationship with Him, and getting into His Word, how that has empowered me and helped me to overcome. And so what my Sister's Keeper is basically, it's my ministry. And we know that we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. And so this has been a way to share my testimony, share the young ladies. If I could do it, if I could stop going to school in the 11th grade and my counselor came to the house, which they don't do that anymore. But my counselor,
They don't even have a lot of
my
counseling,
high
right?
school counselor, Mr. Agrippa Jones, I will never forget. He came to the house because he said, "You are, you are too good of a student for me to just let you slip through the cracks." He said, "You can still you can still finish, you can still go to college." So he told me that I could go to Florida Memorial University in Miami. I said, "Okay, I'll come back." And
Is that where you end up
I did.
going?
What school did you graduate from? Highland Park High School?
Yes, Highland
Okay.
Park High School.
Okay.
Ended up going to Florida Memorial, which is now, I believe, a HBCU.
Oh, okay.
Well, you do know Florida trying to take HBCUs out of, well, they're firing all the diversity. They have fired the diversity staff right now of Acorn and another college. I want to say Jackson, but I'm
So
not sure.
Florida's trying to eliminate HBCUs?
Oh, they are eliminating,
They're eliminating.
the diversity offices, and they are going towards trying to cause the lack of funding because they saying that when you're doing this diversity or minority stuff, it is a discrimination. And so this is the move that they're doing right now. It's really interesting.
Well, I hope some people get on the bandwagon to stop that, because Florida is one of our huge voting. That's one of the largest, that's a primary voting state.
It is. It definitely is. And the reason why is you find that the Republicans tend to win or whatever because a lot of people there, they go there and they are, very conservative. And now it's not even about conservatism. I'm gonna shut my mouth, but that's what's going on. Let me just do another station ID. You're watching Community Updates and Enlightened Hearts live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Please like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And I want to invite you also to call us at 313-355-6018. And I want Michelle to plug in our sponsor.
Our sponsor, ABB Wealth Strategies. I don't have their number in front of me. I know it's 248-988. But it's going across the screen, live across the screen. But they're one of our sponsors, and we appreciate them. And they have been helping us to get the word out. Again, we've got a film that we're showing called Baby Boomers. We're offering it free to, we want all the seniors to come out on March the 16th at 3:00 p.m. at the Imagine Theater in Farmington Hills on Grand River. So you could just give me a call at 248-238-4645. 4863, and we'll get you registered because we just have to RSVP to see how many people are coming. So maybe even some of the people at your senior center. And the movie is great. It's a really good film called Baby Boomers, and the popcorn and the pop is complimentary as well. And that's all thanks to ABB Wealth Strategies, who is one of our sponsors here, right here on WJZZ Cool TV, Community Updates and Enlightened Hearts.
Yeah, thank you. So are you so I just want to put it out that you are a nonprofit
Yes.
organization. That's
Yes.
wonderful. And so how do you, because you said that sometimes you do this and you have done it without any funds and really utilizing your own funds. So tell us about that and how people can help financially.
Yes, well, nonprofits are responsible for allocating their own funding. So
Yeah.
a lot of the funding for nonprofits comes from grants and private donors and fundraisers. And what we have done primarily is utilize all of our funding toward programming,
Okay.
which is not typical for most nonprofits. So for most nonprofits, they would have a certain amount of their funding for operating cost. And so we have been very fortunate to have office space being provided. And
That's awesome.
we've had just so many people to reach out and undergird us, like UAW Ford. I know when I first started My Sister's Keeper, the vice president of the UAW at that time reached out to us and wanted to do a story on My Sister's Keeper. I worked for Ford for 22 years.
Okay.
So when he found out that a Ford employee had started a nonprofit, they wanted to feature us, and they did sponsor our fundraisers and some of our activities for a while there. And
You've done some very nice ones. You had reminded me that I've been with you since the inception, and I
Yes.
remember you did some really nice fundraisers at the Afro-American History Museum.
yes,
That's
and I
wonderful.
think you were at the Rooster Tail as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to support My Sister's Keeper, you can go to our website, mysisterskeeperhp.org. You can send donations via Cash App. My Sister's
So
Keeper
how
HP.
they can send all the information on how to send a donation is on your website.
Well, there's a donate button.
Right,
There's
a donate button.
On your website.
Yep.
What's that again?
mysisterskeeperhp.org.
So My Sister's Keeper, HP is for Highland Park.
Yes.
So mysisterskeeperhp.org.
They can follow us on our Facebook and Instagram pages, which are also My Sister's Keeper HP, at My Sister's Keeper HP. And we're on YouTube. They can follow us. They can give us a call, 313-293-1197. We do take monetary donations as well as in-kind donations. So we've had people to donate supplies, school supplies. Shout out to Miss Eleanor Blackwell from the Reggie McKenzie Foundation, who made a way for us to be a part of an Amazon program where we were able to shop for supplies for our class that we had at George Washington Carver Academy. We were there for 5 years teaching those life skills.
That's awesome. That is
And that
awesome.
reminds me, when the seniors come out to the film, we're giving away a $100 Amazon gift card
Wonderful.
and seven food things to a restaurant, coupons to different restaurants throughout the city. So you're eligible when you come to get in the drawing for the free dinner tickets and the $100 Amazon gift card.
That's nice.
Awesome.
Well, I'm very inspired about what you're doing. And you've been doing it since 2017, which also tells me, Tanisha, you went through the pandemic doing this. And
Yes.
so tell us about that time, because that had to be very challenging within itself.
Well, it was challenging, but right along with the schools, we moved our program virtually.
Okay.
We continue to host our classes virtually on Zoom. And
And during that time, they made it possible for all kids, did that happen in Highland Park too, had access to computers and updated their Wi-Fi's and different things? Very good.
Yes, I know organizations like Wayne Metro did assist with that,
That's awesome.
providing laptops and internet service. I know even Comcast provided internet service.
Great.
So yes, it was a tough time, but we weathered through it. We issued out hand sanitizer, mask, you know.
So how do you get the youth to want to participate and want to grow amidst the challenges that they might have at home, and you're trying to tell them, I want you to speak well, I want you to learn more about computers than just social media. How do you navigate that challenge?
Because as I mentioned before, our activities are youth specific. So we seek to provide activities surrounding or corresponding activities. So if we're teaching on, for instance, positivity, this is just an example, and we have defined positivity as positive thoughts, words, actions, and energy. And by doing that, we integrated painting. And so after we talked about this positivity and who we are as queens, we had a painting with a twist, with a queen pre-printed design. So that's just an example.
So that got them engaged and
we
became fun.
incorporate, we incorporate fun activities, things that the youth are interested in. For example, our hair braiding workshops
Which
that
is
are coming
up.
up.
That's right.
When are they?
March-
Let me come. Wait, no.
They're March 9th and April 13th. One of our mentors, Christia McLeod, who's a licensed cosmetologist, and she has a hair salon in Lathrop Village. She's going to come out and teach the young ladies
That's awesome.
on hair braiding. Also, they will be provided their own hair braiding kit that will include a mannequin, the hair, all of the gel.
You need some
supplies.
volunteers to come and get their hair braided. No.
Yes, that's a good idea. We should have had a couple of volunteers for the class. She may do that.
So you're going to have on March the 9th and April 13th. This is a Let's Braid hair braiding workshop.
That's awesome.
And so that's open to just members of My Sister's Keeper, or is that a good time for other youth, young people to come on board that want to learn about how to braid hair? That's a good money maker, and especially for those going to college. I've heard a lot of people that are going to college, that's how they supported themselves. And some people, as we know now, still support themselves through hair braiding.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we always have open enrollment, so young ladies are always welcome to join. So this activity is for young ladies that are already mentees, as well as those who would like to become mentees.
Okay.
But they will have to, fill out
Apply
an
and-
application as a mentee to participate.
Okay.
Now, you said that your range is from 7 to 24, that's
Yes.
right? And I was wondering about that. So are you, I can imagine, just want to make sure I asked the question, is that they are broken down in their age categories?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. For instance, at the schools, we actually we taught according to grade levels. But with the older women, most of them are young ladies that have participated in My Sister's Keeper, and they don't want to leave us.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
So what we find is that they want to be mentors at that point, and they're basically being groomed to be mentors. Several of them, including Tatiana Collins, who is an engineering student at Wayne State University.
That's
Actually got a
awesome.
full scholarship.
I think she's
Wow.
one of the people that spoke when I came to that
Actually,
event.
that was one of her her sisters.
Oh.
And she's in mortuary science at
Okay.
Wayne State. But she's
Ooh.
come to the school and shared with the young ladies on study habits. Carmela Butler is another one who she's got a lot of modeling experience. While she was at Wayne State, she participated in some of the fashion shows.
Yeah.
And so she came in on one of our poise and posture classes
Okay.
to teach the young ladies how to walk like a lady.
Strike a pose. I
Yes,
love
so
it.
a lot of our older mentees,
Uh-huh.
who I call mentors in training,
Okay.
they are still a part of the program. We still advise them on things like career development,
Sure.
and we still provide them with resources. Our mentors will still keep up with them, maybe have lunch with them, keep up with them with text messaging. It's not as involved as our younger ladies.
So the other question I wanted to ask you too, because of the focus, I don't want to say necessarily it's an increase, but it's seeming like that's what I'm understanding. I really need to do more research on it. That more young women are having to receive services for pregnancy. And do you run into that, Tanisha? And
Yes, unfortunately, that's been a problem, a systemic problem, for as far back as I've known.
so do you see that it's increased because there seem to be a more trying to get services out there for young ladies, more services out there?
I'm not sure. I would have to do the research
Okay,
as well
okay,
to see
that's what I
if
was
there's
understanding.
actually been an increase.
How do you all teach abstinence? Or
We-
do you have sex talks?
What's great about My Sister's Keeper is that we are a faith-based organization. And we realize that there's some parameters around
Yes.
teaching biblical principle, but it is interwoven throughout our curriculum.
Okay.
We'll teach things like, as a girl thinks, so is she. What is that but scripture, right? But how we teach it is by basically building self-esteem and teaching our young ladies who they are and to respect and honor their bodies. And like I said, at our offices, we have more liberty to actually teach scripture. We get out our Bibles, we pray, and we teach, that your body is sacred. And you should, keep yourself.
Yeah.
Number one, that's who you're keeping.
Right.
I love that. You said that
Keep
earlier.
yourself.
I
You're-
keep
yeah,
myself.
That's, it.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
right.
that's the number one goal.
That's
Because
right.
if I can keep myself, then I can help somebody else.
That's right. That's right.
And so we do teach abstinence. We do teach biblical principles. We do teach, Proverbs 31 woman. We try to highlight all of those attributes that women should have, not just abstinence, but how you should carry yourself as a woman of virtue,
I love
as a wise woman.
I love that.
And that's what we're trying to teach our young ladies. We realize that they're ultimately going to make their own decisions, just as we did, but it's not that you don't know the truth.
That's right.
You always have that in your toolkit, and you always have that as a foundation. Just like for me, I made several mistakes, but I was raised in church, going to Sunday school, and so that foundation, that seed that was sown,
Still there.
And we need to
it's
sow
bringing
it more.
forth
That's
much
right.
fruit.
That's right. That's right.
And I believe the same will happen with the youth.
That's right. Yeah, but let me give the station ID and then you can tell us how we can contact you. You're watching Community Updates and Enlightened Hearts live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Please like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world.
Absolutely.
I love the way she says that.
The coolest.
Yes.
So, Miss Tanisha Wyndham, before we go, is there anything else that you want to
Yes.
share with our audience? Maybe there's some youth that are listening, young people rather, or maybe there are some older people that have youth that are listening, and we definitely want them to get connected with My Sister's Keeper, both for the young men and the young women ages 7 to 24.
Yeah.
And what do you want to leave with them before we go?
Well, I just want to encourage the viewers, the listeners, if you want to become a mentor, mentors are needed. Mentors are needed. Our youth need your love, your time, your resources, your expertise.
Yes.
So feel free to go to the website, mysisterskeeperhp.org. There's also a page there for My Brother's Keeper. The applications are on the website. That you can download the applications from the website, or you can give us a call, 313-293-1197. And also, if you have youth that you would like to participate in My Sister's Keeper or My Brother's Keeper, please refer to the website, contact us through the website, or you can give us a call directly at 313-293-1197.
Yes. Well,
Thank you all again
Yes.
for tuning in. We'll see you
Yes.
next